Additional life
Oh my god,
support
I'm so sorry.
Where is she? Where is the loading?
Hey guys, so I updated the build and I just wanted to show you guys the update. I formatted out the adaptation so I could put stretch in there. Adaptation really in the long run didn't do anything, just because, you know, the higher the level, they're going to completely ignore the mitigation that adaptation does, and it's going to one-shot the shields anyway. So there's that. I was able to sneak in a little more power strength with power drift, so that just goes to help out the Eclipse. And there was some odd things that were happening. I know if you have too much enemy sense, or you know, the too much radar, that the enemies could get like confused, or there's something that goes on with that. So I took out a little bit of that, and then, you know, replaced it with the power strength, but still kept the enemy radar so that they could you know, swarm to where I am. So there was just a little bit of playing around with that. I did want to say that both of the arcanes here are mandatory for the build. Arcane Awakening, what it does is it adds just straight base damage to your pistol, and then Arcane Precision does the same thing. And that's super important because, again, Eclipse needs the base damage to be high to get the multiple damage off of that. So yeah, so that's a big reason for why the damage is as high as it is, and I didn't mention that in the previous video. So yeah, going into the Scourge here, I made a change to this one. I basically took out the radiation and just had viral corrosive. Reason being is because, again, the biggest issue I had was, I guess, too much CC. So when you throw the Scourge down, the AoE, the AoE that it had for the radiation would cause the enemies to fight each other instead of come to me. So then, you know, I couldn't kill them, I couldn't get life support, and it was just a mess. So it definitely helped a lot taking that out. You know, and viral corrosive, just a good thing to have on here. So the build is the same, other than that change. So I think that is all to note of the actual changes. So now you'll just see the gameplay here, and I think that's pretty much all I wanted to mention there. So as for the gameplay side of things, Harrow has this issue where if they ever updated him to make his first ability work in a 360-degree angle, so it just goes all around you and CCs that way, then it'd be like much easier to play with him in a wider variety of maps. But seeing as it can only CC straight in front of him, it's the hallway situation is ideal for him, since he can't really defend his back. So yeah, there's that. So in this one, at the very end, I end up killing a little over level 500 enemies, and honestly, it was you know, the level 500 enemies were no different than the level 140 or whatever the steel path starts at. It was killing them just the same. And you know, the pack seeker, when it hits the target, it hits them with IPS damage. So like, you know, you'll get a 10 million slash proc, which, you know, is kind of crazy. So yeah, I'm hesitating because I just don't want it to be nerfed in any way, shape, or form. Which, I mean, it's probably I mean, it's a 10 million slash proc. I mean, there's somebody's going to do something about that at some point, most likely. But you know, whatever. It's kind of a enjoy it while we have it kind of thing. I'm a little pessimistic on the recent direction where things have been going towards. You know, if it's good, nerf it kind of thing. I you know, whatever. Yeah, so the gameplay footage here is really just me being in that hallway, and then I got really lucky with the map because, like, the life support, all of the life support I needed was like right outside the door, so can go in, use his 4 get your invulnerability that way. Use Vazarin, use Rolling Guard. So it was a really successful run. I wanted to go further, but you know, real life started to happen. It was like a 2-ish hour run, I think is what it boiled down to. So I had to end up leaving. I think that's it for the gameplay. All to note here. This was a really successful build. I definitely want to see what more I can do with Eclipse. And also just straight up and down Mirage and see, because Mirage has more of the buff herself, since when you transfer it over with Helminth, it's a lesser buff. So yeah, so I want to see what she can do with some other Helminth put on her. So yeah, look out for that one. I definitely like Mirage, and I want to see what we can do to, you know, break her gameplay. So yeah, enjoy the rest of the video, and catch you guys later.